Sam Johnson, Dr. Johnson, as he's almost invariably referred to, it was an extraordinarily complex man, not at all the sort of caricature that has passed into popular legend. He was a very flexible, imaginative thinker and a very generous-minded man who was not only a great conversationalist, which is memorialized in Boswell's life of him, but also a great essayist, the first great editor of Shakespeare, the compiler of the first great English dictionary, a dramatist, and a very fine poet. I'm going to read one of his well-known poems on the death of Dr. Robert Levet. Levet was a poor physician who devoted himself to looking after the poor and who therefore had very little to live on. And he became a member of Johnson's household, which sheltered a number of people who might otherwise have been destitute. An elderly blind woman and a black servant of whom he was very fond, who he treated very well, and to whom he left the majority of his estate, amongst others. So there was Levet, a man who Johnson sensed was a very good person, and he wrote, I think, a fine poem which acts as his memorial. It's quite a modern-sounding poem in some ways. The first stanza, one feels, almost could have been written by Auden in one of his more conventional moods. But it also contains some slightly archaic terms. For example, he refers to Levet as officious. This has nothing to do with the modern meaning of the word officious, but is from its Latin root, officium, meaning a duty. In other words, what he was saying is that Levet was above all dutiful, put other people before himself, almost the opposite of the meaning of the word officious as it's now used. In any case, here is Johnson's poem. Condemned to hope's delusive mine, as on we toil from day to day, by sudden blasts or slow decline, our social comforts drop away. Well tried through many a varying year, see Levet to the grave descend, officious, innocent, sincere, of every friendless name the friend. Yet still he fills affection's eye, obscurely wise and coarsely kind, nor lettered arrogance deny thy praise to merit unrefined. When fainting nature called for aid, and hovering death prepared the blow, his vigorous remedy displayed the power of art without the show. In misery's darkest cavern known, his useful care was ever nigh, where hopeless anguish poured his groan, and lonely want retired to die. No summons mocked by chill delay, no petty gain disdained by pride, the modest wants of every day, the toil of every day supplied. His virtues walked their narrow round, nor made a pause, nor left a void, and sure the eternal Master found the single talent well employed. The busy day, the peaceful night, unfelt, uncounted, glided by. His frame was firm, his powers were bright, though now his 80th year was nigh. Then, with no throbbing fiery pain, no cold gradations of decay, death broke at once the vital chain, and freed his soul the nearest way.